And welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Sarah Pascoe and Josh Widdicombe, Rob Beckett, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. We start tonight with a game called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image from the week. So, teams, here's your picture. But why has this man been in the news this week?
As someone just said to him, give me one good reason why Labour won't win the general election.
I think he swallowed some milk and he's going to do his impression of the human zit.
What he seems to be saying to me is he's going, if you want to hear crap, this is where it comes from.
Well, actually, they say that the distance between a man's thumb and his forefinger is the likelihood of him ever getting elected Prime Minister.
Is he about to demonstrate how he thinks gay men have sex?
And they don't do that. They don't do that. I've no interest in them at all. You know, just for the once, you just go, come on, we just do it once. Boing.
Dara, you're there in the background. Can't you tell us what he said?
I'm getting scared. It's not me. You can't just... I'm sorry, the look-alike Dara game is quite clear, right?
Yeah.
You can't just point to any large, bald man and go...
You don't know he's large.
He's about 3 foot by the look of it.
I think what he's doing is he's going, I am the Phil Neville of politics.
I'm going to accept that as the correct answer. Yes, it is the Labour leader, Ed Miliband, in the news this week as he's been attacked by the press and some Labour MPs for the latest in a series of perceived gaffes. What's the latest one?
A photo was taken of him holding a copy of The Sun, wasn't it? That was sent to every house in Britain.
Yes,
It's quite a sad picture, isn't it? He looks like a teenager who's looked at page 3 and he's hiding his boner, really, doesn't he?
All the leaders did them, and this was regarded as being, well, because of Labour's links with Liverpool, that was regarded as an offence people to do there, but also it was just regarded, they were all doing essentially an ad for The Sun. I mean, Clegg did one as well. The one I think, he got the grief, this is the really freaky one, is the Osborne one. The Osborne, that's just bizarre.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Who holds a paper like that? Yeah. You know, he should have like a Waffen-SS thing on his hand going, these are your papers! These are your papers!
Do you know what it looks like? You know when someone's taken hostage and they have to prove it by holding up a copy of today's paper?
No, what year? What year is it? It's this year.
Actually, this is quite interesting because they didn't put page 3 in the Suns they gave out for... It obviously did have a third page, but they didn't... One, two, the news is finished! No, they didn't put page 3 in them because it would be offensive to some families, and it's quite interesting because I've been thinking about this because, you know, there's this organisation called No More Page 3 because they think it's objectification and children see it and women get uncomfortable on public transport. Well, all these other people are saying, oh, why are feminists suppressing other women? Like, we live in the Western world, they choose to do this job. They wouldn't have a livelihood if you took it away. And I think I've solved it. And what we do is we make page 3 like jury duty. So every woman over the age of 18 now has to do page 3. And you just wake up one day, there's a letter, says, dear Sarah, please come to the Sun offices at 9 a.m. Bring some snazzy pants and a pithy quote about Syria. And you just have to go.
Imagine the day you buy the Sun and it's your mum.
That's the high price. That's the high price you pay for our freedoms. Your mum's baps occasionally will have to appear. I apologise to Josh's mum.
I hope that makes the edit. That'll be the proudest moment of her life when she goes, Dara O'Brien apologised to me on TV.
I know, she says, rearranging her back. I apologise again. To me, to all women for that motion. I'm not sure that's the case.
I don't get the point of getting them holding the paper. Like, why is Ed Miliband holding the Sun? If you're PR people, should getting them in the Sun. Do you know what I mean? If they can't get them in the proper page, at least Dear Deirdre, like, oh, I betrayed my brother, now he won't talk to me. I'm bored. They keep banging on about his gaffes. How many houses has he got? I don't care where he lives.
Well, it is. I mean, the Independent ran with that picture, ran with the headline, an unbelievable headline. Miliband fails to look normal while eating a bacon sandwich. news in the event that day.
I like that they said his advisors stepped in. But I just imagine they stepped in and, like,
It's also...
open wide, Ed!
I think this is good PR for him, because although they actually say that people who eat messily are very good lovers, and also they're covered in crumbs that you can use for snacks.
What does it matter if you can't eat a bacon sandwich? My dad's well good at eating sandwiches, but he'll be shit running the country.
He upset everyone, didn't he? Because he upset people by eating it badly and looking unpleasant, and he also upset the Jewish community, of which he is part, by eating a bacon sandwich. It's like for his next PR thing, he's going to hold up... He might as well just hold up a picture of Margaret Thatcher and eat a packet of Frazzles on Ramadan.
What other gaffes is he purported to have made?
He was asked to estimate how much the average family spent on food shopping, and his answer was, that depends how much you're spending, which is right. That is the right answer. And then everyone went off on one. And then they said, oh, I want a number figure. And he said between £75 and £80. And they were like, oh, no, actually, you're out of touch. It's £100. Yeah, if he had said £150, we would be tearing a strip off him, like, oh, what are you eating? Caviar?
It's like when you're guessing someone's age. You always go under what you think the actual answer is.
Always go lower. You don't go, what, say you're 50, 55? What? I'm still in the school uniform.
The reason it was so cheap is in fact what he does is he buys a lot of reduced price stuff that is way past its sell-by date in case his brother comes to visit.
My theory is that he probably doesn't do the shopping. He doesn't do the shopping, and even if he does go to the shop, he probably hasn't got any money because he's always brought the wrong trousers. I had to think about that joke for quite a long time before I launched it.
I don't want him to know how much groceries are. Like, I know that. I want him to know about things I don't understand, like the economy, healthcare and spelling.
Yeah. We spend too much in my house because my boyfriend's obsessed with nectar points. So he buys whatever gives you extra nectar points because he thinks if there's an apocalypse, the nectar points are going to outlast sterling as currency. And he might be right.
You can't do that because technically you're an unsecured creditor of the supermarkets, because I got wiped out on my Nando's card. I'd built up 2 chickens and then they changed the point system. I was absolutely livid. And I hope you're watching, Nando's. I haven't been back since. I'm a man who takes chicken very seriously.
That is like, if that was a joke, you would have said more than 2 chickens. It was clearly so small an amount that came from the heart.
No, there is no humour there. That is just genuine anger. I'm not so bothered about social justice and the NHS, but if I'm owed a free chicken, I bloody well want a free chicken.
Now, what has Boris Johnson splashed out on this week?
He's bought 2 things called Ziegler Wasserwerfer 9000s.
He has bought the Ziegler Wasserwerfer 9000.
Yeah, they're water cannon. He's bought 2 water cannon.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to be like Boris bikes, and you can rent them out and ride them out.
His idea is...
driving up to your neighbour's barbecue, going, hello, Terry! No invitation for me again, I see! Those sausages are coming along very well.
Or put fairy liquid in it and have a foam party.
Surely the best way to stop a riot with a water cannon would be to put some Radox in it. Everyone just relax and have a look.
He said the reason, didn't he? He said the reason he was getting them is because he thought that they could have been used to protect the firemen during the riots in 2011. As if, of course, the firemen didn't have their own high-projectile watering machine they could have used.
I reckon he got really drunk and just bought it off eBay. That's what happened to me. I've got a pair of roller skates and a windsurfer in my shed.
Windsurfer? That's a man.
Yeah, I know.
Does he ever put on the roller skates and just hear him just roller skating around the...
You're laughing, but the bloke in your garage is bloody furious, I tell you.
What's he doing in there? He's in the shed, isn't he? He's moved.
Do you move him around every so often?
Yeah, because otherwise you get spare bedroom taxed.
If Boris Johnson ever offers to show you his water cannon, say no. And Boris, if you're watching, I don't want your money, I just think you should see our kid.
the end of that round. The points go to Rob, Hugh and Gary. Now we play a round called hashtag Wheel of News, hashtag funny, hashtag lol. This game involves Rob, Sarah and Gary. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round's a stand-up challenge. I launched a Wheel of News and whoever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first topic is family. Who wants to come in on that?
I'll do it.
Rob.
I went shopping with my nan the other day. She's a very straight-talker, man, very sort of south-east London. And we were doing the shops. I said, Nan, get yourself some trousers. They're on special. She went, nah, it's all right, son. Got enough to see me out. How depressing is that? Basing your fashion choices upon your lifespan. She don't care. She's quite modern. She's on the internet and stuff. She went, I saw you on YouTube last Tuesday. I was like, watch it when you want, Nan. It's not scheduled. And she... Oh, is that a weird fly? Oh, it's weird, wasn't it?
Weird fly.
It's my granddad having a go. I went to visit her recently. Her internet weren't working right. She went, can you sort my internet out? And all right, Nan, show me how you normally log on to internet. I'll see what you're doing wrong, get it done. She went, what I'll do is I click on the start button. I was like, right. She went, I go into programs. I was like, right. She went, I go into accessories. I'm like, well, that's wrong, but carry on. Should I go into games? I'm like, oh, God. I go into solitaire, play that for a bit, click on the cross, then I double-click on Internet Explorer. And I'm sitting there thinking, you could probably cut out the middleman now. And I was worried that she's at home thinking that she has to play solitaire to get online. I need to send that email, but I cannot face another card game. I'm sick of it. Any sort of, like, internet sort of computer people are thinking, actually, Rob, that is the incorrect route to solitaire on the latest version of Windows. You're correct. But she's on Windows 98. We're not upgrading her. It'll see her out.
Well done, Rob. OK, let's spin the wheel. Somebody who's ageing. Who wants to talk about that? Sarah.
OK, and so I'm 33 years old, which is where magazines will tell you that a woman has her sexual peak. And I used to think that was a lie, that it was something that they were saying to younger women so they wouldn't be afraid of getting older. Like, oh, yes, you will have a moustache and a slow metabolism, but you'll also be gagging for it all of the time. And now I'm this age and I do believe in it. I basically think your body starts flooding with hormones because you only have so much longer left to have a child, because that's it. I'm 33 and I've never had a baby. I have had a tapeworm. It's not the same. And, but the trouble that I'm having is... so my boyfriend's also my age and he's experiencing a lot less interest in sex. He's having a sexual slump. Because apparently boys have a sexual peak when they're around 18. And that is not fair. That is a horrible trick that nature has played. Because an 18-year-old doesn't want to have sex with me any more than I want people to know that I've done that. and it's not fair. It's not fair, because when I was a teenager, I didn't particularly enjoy or understand sex, yet I had it all of the time, out of politeness, or to stay friends with someone, or say thanks for the lift.
Thank you very much. Well done. Very good. So that leaves us now with Gary. Let's see what you've been at for. Gary, let's spin the wheel. And the topic is shopping. Away you go.
I bought a slimming magazine in W.H. Smith's. I didn't read it, I just wanted a big bar of Galaxy for £1. I bought some fancy pens at a nudist art shop. Felt tips? No, but I touched a couple of bollocks. I was in a lingerie shop. I said, are these knickers satin? He said, no, they're new. I went to buy a Christmas tree. The guy said, you're going to put it up yourself? I said, no, I was thinking the living room. Bought a chameleon, lost it. Why is it that when women go to the toilet in pairs, no one minds, but when I did it, I got thrown out the greengrocers? I got into a fight with my acupuncturist and stabbed him. He said he'd never felt better. According to the vet, my cat's in heat. I didn't even know she was famous. friend of mine keeps going on and on about how good his orthopaedic shoe is, but I think he's built it up too much. I bought an advent calendar for Jehovah's Witnesses, but on every door somebody tells you to fuck off. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. But at the end of that round, the point's going to go to the ladies. Come on back. The next round is called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Sarah, which category would you like?
Sport,
Sport.
please.
OK. Very big at the moment. Sport. The answer is 3 billion. What is the question?
Is the question, how many sleeps are there till England wins the World Cup?
Is it how many people on the planet would be a better commentator than Phil Neville?
Is it how many people will have to die in the Middle East before Tony Blair thinks that he might not be the best peace envoy there is?
Is it what percentage battery life do I need on an iPhone to last all day?
Is it about how many hairs were in the swing bin at the end of Chewbacca's full-body waxing?
Is it the amount of adverts Joe Hart's been in?
Is it how many free chickens is Gary now going to have delivered by Nando's?
And I would do it!
You would pour yourself out for the free chickens.
Is it how many times has David Cameron said to Nick Clegg, shh, not now?
OK, I'm going to move you towards a correct answer.
This is how many... It's loads. It's how many people actually watch the World Cup.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well done. Very good. Well done, Sarah. Yes, the question I was looking for was how many viewers around the world are claimed to be tuning into the World Cup. This is the predicted figure of worldwide viewers, with some estimating it'll reach as high as 3.5 billion. FIFA expects the tournament to be the most watched TV event ever. At the time of recording, we don't know the result of England's second game against Uruguay, which possibly determines whether or not you reach the tournament's knockout stage, and certainly determines the mood of a lot of people watching the show at the moment. So, sad face, happy. Different know where to go on this, to be honest. So, best luck, hard luck, you know, them's breaks.
I can't stand it!
Well, you can't stand winning a match as successfully as that.
Yes, that's right, I love it.
I'm sure the fans don't really matter what the score was, as long as everyone tried their best, right?
Yeah, high five, everybody.
Some things aren't worth joking about.
What's the betting? Somebody said to Wayne Rooney, Uruguay, and he said, yeah, no, and Colleen's a girl.
Didn't they try and acclimatise? One of the ways they acclimatised was by eating really hot curries. And apparently, Sturridge likes a vindaloo, Gerrard likes a madras, and Rooney prefers a plain naan.
It was like 10 years ago. When are we going to forget it? Like,
When you asked back in
This show
time
will
and didn't
never
do it.
forget things like that.
They are changing lots of things about football this year, and I think actually we could move that a little bit further. I've got some suggestions to how we can improve the World Cup. So, for instance, listen up. When someone gets a free kick, they shouldn't have to use that on the ball. They could use it on any of the other players or the ref. Use it anywhere. Also, when there's substitutions, I think that should be like online grocery shopping. Like, oh, you asked for Theo Walcott, but we couldn't find him. So we've sent you retired cricketer Ian Botham.
do you know what? I'd still vote for you ahead of Sepp Blatter.
What other innovations have we seen this World Cup?
Spray foam.
Spray foam.
Love it.
Spray foam is magic.
So exciting,
It's
isn't it?
really good, isn't it?
it's really
because
great.
it's actually people. I think people genuinely think it's like a wall. Like a wall magically creates a barrier. They go, oh, like they're trapped in a crystal prison, like Superman and I can't get out of here. I'm trapped against the glass.
It does disappear pretty quickly, but if you're going to put a white line in front of footballers, it's going to go, isn't it?
I'm impressed that at no point so far has anyone drawn a cock and balls with it, which you think would be inevitable.
They've not warned us about it, so it just looked like he'd completely lost the plot. You know when, like, Vanessa started writing things in Big Brother? It look, I can't deal with the pressure, I'm just spraying on the ground.
Who was the talk of Twitter during England's first game?
Mr. Philip Neville.
Yes, it was Phil Neville.
People were disappointed that he didn't have much charisma as a co-commentator. This is Phil Neville. He's not a byword. No one before that was going, well, my dream dinner party. Well, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Philip Neville. He's a very boring man. What do you expect?
The thing is, I felt sorry for him, though, because, you know, basically, he wasn't as good a footballer as his brother Gary. He's not as good a commentator as his brother Gary. You feel if Phil Neville entered a Phil Neville lookalike competition, Gary would win that. The only person who thinks that Phil is better than Gary is Ed Miliband.
And the choice of music doesn't mean an inspiring piece of music. The ITV music in particular is just a guy going, Brazil. And they could put the rest of the song out. It's like, it's a really good song. It's a really famous samba song, that one with like, dun 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 dun. No, we don't want the bit. We just want the bit where you go, Brazil.
I like it. Obviously, I've loved the Brazilian rhythms.
Yes, obviously. Yeah. Obviously, I look at you and I think, here's a man who loves Brazilian rhythms. I think Josh Widdicombe, and I think the intoxicating samba rhythms of Brazil. You know, we see you backstage, Josh, where you wear that giant, like, headdress that comes all the way out. And you're just in there going, hey, what are we going to talk about in the show today? Dun, 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 cheeky little look in your face.
Well, I'm looking forward to when they watch this bit of the show and then get you in for the final. It's going to be brilliant, isn't it? You sambering across the ITV studio.
If they flew me to Brazil for the final, I will wear the headdress. I am dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. Oh, you'll happily wear it.
I think if we had a whip round with this studio audience, it could happen.
I get to Brazil. I'll just go on the beach behind the ITV studios. I will not go. I will not go. It's a public beach. Carried on. Climbing up the glass window behind the BBC studio. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah, I love that. I would do that.
The England football team, they had all their passport numbers revealed, didn't they? They got them given out. Apart from Wayne Rooney, who doesn't, in fact, need a passport anymore since he's been chipped. So...
I feel sorry for him.
Wayne Rooney could have half an hour ago scored like a blistering hat-trick and be the greatest, most beloved man in the country, and we're here still peddling the old stereotype about Wayne Rooney.
He hasn't scored a hat-trick and then gone,
I'll go for that.
I'm going to celebrate by watching my favourite show, Mock the Weeks.
I bring them a whole satellite thing in the dressing room. Come on, guys, let's watch Mock the Week in the dressing room. I was spraying, oh, what a result. I wonder, has the good news filtered through at home? Huh? Oh, come on.
And next to him is Phil Neville going, oh.
Ed Miliband's joined them in the dressing room to celebrate.
Boss of Nando's.
You think the boss of Nando's, Ed Miliband, Phil Neville and Wayne Rooney are on a night out in Rio tonight watching the show?
Yeah,
going,
damn right.
Our stock has never been higher. Dun, 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 dun. At the end of that round, the boys go to Josh, Sarah and Andy. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. Our first subject is things you won't hear at the World Cup.
No one's guaranteed a start in this England team. The only thing that's nailed on is Wayne Rooney's hair.
Oh, that was a horrible two-footed lunge, but it was the only way I could shut Phil Neville up.
And now our cameraman is going to pick out some of the plainer girls in the crowd.
Let's have a look at possession. Yes, 7 Colombians have been arrested for it.
Hang on. It's not very... Sorry. So it's just this one side is doing it all the time. That's really unfair. I'm so sorry, right? You two, you're kind of hogging it a bit. So for the rest of the round, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to... Things you won't hear at the World Cup. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, excuse me, I'm resuming.
It's the first time that most people have ever seen Dara's legs, ladies and gentlemen. That's Messi. Oh, Messi. Yes, Wayne Rooney should never have a half-time orange unsupervised.
There's little doubt now that Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the world's all-time greatest twats.
Welcome to Sugarloaf Mountain, the hardest level on Candy Crush.
And that's a very soft tackle, as Pele hasn't taken his tablets yet.
Is he the finished article? That's the question. He did very well against Italy, but Sterling has traditionally performed very badly against the dollar and the yen.
And now we go over live for Nigeria against the Ivory Coast and our commentator, Ron Atkinson.
You join us here in Brazil where it's still fucking well up.
Hey, who's heard what's going on in Iraq?
There's 6 Brazilians in the wall and 2 in the foundations. That's the mafia for you.
4 years later, Paul the Octopus is back. And what a stew he made.
Andre Pirlo, the only player in world football to be named after the Palestinian Liberation Organisation.
Very good. OK. The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a cookery programme.
No, that's the flour, Nigella.
You've got to be very careful when handling raw meat. But if your wife does walk in, close the laptop, pull up the trousers and feign ignorance.
The thing to remember when making your own pesto is you're wasting your time.
So, pop in a lemon, shove in the stuffing, sew up the mouth, and that should keep Greg Wallace quiet for a bit.
No, I'm afraid those aren't bacon bits. I've just got a bit of eczema at the moment.
If you add vodka into the tomatoes, it really brings out the flavour. And if you add it to your wine, you can pass out before the kids get home.
You should be able to get the ingredients for this anywhere. They are goat's horn, chervil, and the frozen tears of an elf.
I'm Anthony Worrell-Thompson. Today we're going to be needing salmon, noodles and parsley. So I'm going to nip down to Tesco and shove them up my jumper.
That's enough cooking. Next up, we got some twat trying to flog a book.
Does anyone know what's happening in Iraq?
Welcome to Chinese Meals in Minutes. I'll have a 19 and some prawn crackers.
So, alternatively, it's gas mark 4 for 20 minutes. You're watching Dignitas Television.
This asparagus smells delicious. Now, imagine what it tasted like when I ate it yesterday.
After MasterChef, Celebrity MasterChef and MasterChef The Professionals, now it's MasterChef. The only 5 people in Britain who've not been on MasterChef.
We'd like to apologise for the misprint in this week's Radio Times. Paul Hollywood is, in fact, a massive cook.
We only use the freshest ingredients, so this is Daisy and this is a stun gun.
OK, at the end of that, the points go to Rob, Hugh and Barry. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Rob Beckett, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. Commiserations to Andy Parsons, Sarah Pascoe and Josh Widdicombe. Thank you for watching. I'm Darwin. Good night.
that's it. You've had your laughs. Now fill up on sport. Japan versus Greece is BBC One's Match of the Day live right now. Or if you just can't stop laughing, then go to BBC Three for Russell Howard's Good News. Here on BBC Two, Newsnight is next.
Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Angela Barnes and Josh Widdicombe, Ramesh Ranganathan, Hugh Dennis and Miles Jupp. We start with a game called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, everybody, what's going on here?
Is it the new series of Wife Swap?
Is this what Life of Pi looked like before they added the CGI?
Yeah. Is this a gay couple showing Merkel and Cameron that did actually cause the flooding?
I think he's more likely to be saying, so we're agreed, 3 more days, then we eat Angelo.
Is it simply dogging for posh people?
Row over to that one there. You're doing an excellent job. Keep it going. Very good. We'll just tie up here.
What you can't see is Farage on the shore side with his binoculars. Just go there. It's a boatload of immigrants.
I don't think they're trying to get into Britain.
Are they saying, so the rule is, if she sinks, she's a witch?
Is she saying, David, this is neither the time nor the place to bring up the D-Day landings?
Is it Dara Breen livid with the new cast for 3 Men in a Boat? Just you.
To be honest, you know, lose a couple of pounds. That could be the guy there with his back to you.
A couple of pounds?
All right. All right. Yeah. Does anyone know what it actually is?
I think this is the European leaders out on a boat trip discussing this guy Jean-Claude Juncker's appointment as the President of the European Commission.
Yeah, we'll give you that. Well done. Thank you very much. Here, Yes, this is a picture of David Cameron lobbying European leaders to block the appointment of former Luxembourg PM Jean-Claude Juncker as the new President of the European Commission. Cameron continued his offensive this week, demanding an unprecedented vote on Juncker's nomination.
The reason that we don't want him to be President is because he's a federalist, which are people who like Roger Federer.
And their time has passed.
Yeah, their time is over.
We're not interested, we're not engaged. I think they should combine the election of the leader of the European Commission with the Eurovision Song Contest. So,
How is combining 2 things that we're not interested in going to make it more interesting?
I think this guy would make a terrific president of the EC. Or a bad one.
It's really difficult to make this both an interesting story and an interesting opening round. Hey, everybody, finally the chance to do all those jokes you wanted to hear about the 19-year President of Luxembourg, Jean-Claude Juncker.
Yeah, say wanker. We're all
Doesn't Cameron need a candidate to replace him, to say that Europe does love, like Mr. Bean or David Hasselhoff? Or...
Yes. Or Conchita Wurst.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So he's a federalist and he comes from Luxembourg.
Yeah.
And we have nothing in common with Luxembourg, except possibly in the future, our FIFA ranking.
Cameron is basically trying to be tough against UKIP, isn't he? He's going to try and show everybody that he's really tough. Because what happened, he made a mistake. He called UKIP, he said all their supporters were fruitcakes, loonies and closet racists. And then loads of people actually went out after he'd said that and voted for UKIP. It was like he had described a large part of the British electorate. There is a party for me!
Finally.
Brilliant!
think it's ridiculous, though. I mean, the reason UKIP did very well in the European election is because everybody's worried about immigration. And it's kind of... What I don't understand about that is why they think immigrants want to come here. It's like the immigrants have looked on TripAdvisor for Britain and gone, oh, yes, no, this looks good. Yes, it's cold, it's wet, they're shit at football, let's go there.
That was an incredible generic immigrant accent.
Very good. Tiny bit of Nigeria, tiny bit of the Indian subcontinent. It was amazing how you got them all.
A little Susan of Sri Lanka.
And a tiny little bit of meerkat.
In other news, what has David Cameron claimed he can't get on holiday?
Oh, this is the idea that he can't actually get mobile phone reception when he's on holiday in Cornwall. Said that he couldn't actually hear President Obama on the phone once. And you're thinking, surely that's just Obama, isn't it? Going, oh, I can't be asked to speak to Cameron. I'm losing you, David! I'm losing you! Bye!
It's a very kind of terrifying situation that World War III could break out, but David Cameron would not know and be at the Penzance Otter Sanctuary. Shall we invade Iran, David? Sorry, I'm at Trago Mills doing my shopping.
Yeah, that's good West Country knowledge. That's excellent West Country knowledge.
Have you been to Trago Mills?
I've never been to Trago Mills.
What is it, please?
It is a shop.
Thank you.
It's a shop halfway down the A38 that sells cheap carpets and sports equipment, and it's also made to look like a mock Tudor castle, and it has peacocks roaming the grounds.
Trago Mills sounds like a bad guy from a Bond movie. Yes. You have crossed me once too often, but you will rue the day you crossed Trago Mills.
I have cheap carpets and conservatory furniture.
I know that the point of this story is to sort of strong-arm mobile phone companies into sharing maths, some sort of technical element to it. But it is paid a slightly ridiculous situation that if I walk 10 feet, I'm suddenly out. And all those times that Obama's ringing me, that I've got to return home, and like the local shopkeeper goes, "Oh, you had a phone call? No phone? Some Obama bloke rang." He said it was very sunny in Iraq.
It shows you the different level of technology between the two countries. Obama's got Air Force One and the Beast, and Cameron has got a Samsung Galaxy.
I mean, do you think he got to the point where, like, you know, Nick Clegg finally thinks he's stepping up to the plate, like Cameron's on the phone, listen, my phone reception is a nightmare, we've got an important situation, Nick, I need you to step up, I need you to do the right thing, can you get in touch with Vodafone and get this sorted out?
Just call him on the landline.
Yeah. That does seem... You seem to have cut through the many levels of the story quite easily.
I wonder if he's on holiday with his family, it might be that he doesn't want to give Obama the landline number in case his mum answers. Like, oh, Mum, it's so embarrassing. He's supposed to talk to me, not you.
The honest truth is, Obama doesn't call him.
Why does he want to take work calls when he's on holiday anyway? He's on holiday, for heaven's sake. Obama shouldn't be ringing him when he's on holiday. He should be more bloody respectful. And secondly, we don't want him to be answering work calls. When he's on holiday, he needs to relax and get himself into the right sort of state of mind for running the country. You don't want him to be sort of making important phone calls about policy at the same time as he's trying to prevent his children squeezing sun cream into the car radio or something.
It does look like the most boring... I mean, I've been on some bad holidays. Never have gone, oh, what did we get up to? Sat with our back to the beach and enjoyed a bottle of water.
It's actually a very exciting game they play, where they just sit there for hours and see which one tries to rehydrate themselves first.
It would be magical. In other news, what has the government promised motorists this week?
They've said that if your ticket machine is broken, then you can just park there. Which is basically going to lead to people getting to the ticket machine, seeing they've got no change, getting the baseball bat out the back of their car.
I've got no change, but I do have a baseball bat.
What sort of impulse purchase is that? No, just a bar of chocolate, please. Hello, are they baseball bats?
I do think it is a weird strategy, because what you're saying is we're going to make it OK for you to park by a broken meter. So, you know, a solution seems to be fix the meters. Do you know what I mean? Rather than make it OK to park next to broken ones. It's like saying, well, you know, all the trains are late and we know they never arrive, you know, when they're supposed to. So what we decided to do to tackle the problem, we've decided to abandon the concept of time. So Nobody's ever going to be late for anything.
Are you late, or are you not late, or are you simply never? Has it not arrived to you?
The information desk. And people go, I'm not sure you'll be able to help me. Oh, will I not be able to help you? I'm blowing your mind.
Why has Pickles done this now? I reckon all that's happened is recently Eric Pickles got a parking ticket when he was only 10 minutes late, and he's thought, oh, I could do something about this.
I'll tell you what he looks like there. He looks like Trago Mills.
You crossed me for the last time, Mr. Bond.
His hat, rather weirdly, has got the face of an owl, if you look at it.
By the way, an interesting related note, what did Labour promise for everyone this week on Twitter?
Oh, owls.
Genuinely owls. The Labour Twitter feed, they claim, got hacked with the words, everybody should have his own owl. This is sinister. This is Trago Mills. He's infiltrated both political parties at the same time.
Well, I don't know. I think it's giving birds of prey away. I think it's a quick fix, but it's not a long-term solution.
I'm just very sad. I live on my own. I was looking forward to getting an owl to talk to. All I've got is my Henry Hoover.
You know, if you lived at home with an owl and said, oh, just you and me now, owl, and then the owl just slowly turned its head away. OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Josh, Angela and Andy! Now we play a round called Mock Them Up and Throw Away the Key. This game involves Romesh, Angela and Josh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round's our stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is food. Who wants to come in on that? Josh.
I'm not a fan of people that are pretentious about food, the kind of people that pretend they like dark chocolate. And by that, I mean anyone that claims to like dark chocolate, because no one actually likes dark chocolate. No one's eating normal, nice milk chocolate going, well, this is good, but I wish it tasted a bit more like paracetamol. All this pretension. I went into a cafe for breakfast the other day. One of the things they sold on the menu, toasted bread. That is called toast. What are my other options? Flaked corn topped with the juice of a milked cow? Maybe I don't know what people want from food. I was walking along the street the other day. A van went past. On it said, Waitrose, do you like your bananas green? And I thought, no. No, I'm not a huge fan of diarrhoea, no. I don't like my bananas green for the same reason I don't like my chicken Kiev's dangerously underdone. But now you go into Waitrose, all they have got is green bananas. You go, am I the only person that's ever bought a banana because they want to eat the banana? Someone else go, oh, I think I'll fancy a banana in about 7 days. Better go out and buy one now. Can you come out tonight, Steve? No, I've checked my diary, I'm eating a banana. And all they do is sell them in bunches, so basically what I've got is no bananas for 7 days, followed instantly by far too many bananas all at the same time.
Well done, Josh. OK, let's have the next topic. The subject is health. Who wants to come in on that? Angela.
Yeah, I am quite a sickly person. My own mother once said, Jesus, Angela, if you're a dog, they put you down. That's... Yeah, I've got something called glue ear. Well, I don't know if you know what glue ear is. It necessitates the wearing of grommets in your ears, right? Now, I don't know. Some people have grommets when they were a child. Child is the key word there. I'm 37, I've got grommets. I might as well have sodding nappy rash. Even the word grommet is a cartoon character. You know, you don't get that with adult procedures, do you? My grandmother, she's had a bilateral hip replacement. She hasn't had a double SpongeBob. Grommets, right? And they're inconvenient as well. They're inconvenient because I love swimming, right, but I can't get my ears wet, so I have to wear a swimming hat. My mum bought me a red one because she said it would just look like your hair. It doesn't. No, I look like a Lego version of me. And that's not even the worst of it, right? That's the worst of it. Twice a year, I have to attend something that's called the Glue Ear Clinic, which takes place at my local children's hospital. You have not known humiliation until you've been a 37-year-old woman sitting on a plastic toadstool, thinking for old Mr. Men comics, waiting for a nurse wearing a Peppa Pig apron to call your name, or 10 sets of parents stare at you, wondering where the hell your child is. the upside, though, I do have the world's largest collection of Brave Girl stickers, so it's not all bad. One of the side effects of having glue ear is my eardrums burst quite frequently, right? And that's not pleasant. It's pussy, it's messy, it's oozy, it's bloody. It's horrible. It's not very nice. It happens to me all the time. Happened to me once during sex. I know, disgusting. Although it was quite entertaining to see the look on the gentleman in question's face as I saw him think to himself, oh, my God, I've actually shagged her brains out.
OK, that leaves us with Romesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is animals.
I'm into animal rights, actually. I recently watched this film, Blackfish, which is about this killer whale that ate 2 of the trainers at SeaWorld, killed 2 of the members of staff at SeaWorld. And it's an interesting film, but I do have some issues with it. You know, one of the things they say in the film is we call them orcas. Some people call them killer whales, but these are beautiful, beautiful orcas. We call them orcas. This one killed 2 people. Right? That's a killer whale, right? He lost the right to be called orca when he slaughtered 2 people, yeah? And the people are surprised by what happened. People are surprised by what happened. They say, oh, my God, I can't believe what's happened at SeaWorld. I can't believe that one of the killer whales tried to eat one of the trainers. Listen, that's not a surprise. I'm a vegan, right? If you make me dance with a sausage on my nose for long enough, eventually I will try the bloody sausage, right? I don't think that's a surprise. And the film is presenting obvious stuff. I was talking to an intelligent person about Blackfish. He said to me, I can't believe what's going on at SeaWorld. It's disgusting. I can't believe they kidnapped them from the wild. How else did you think that they got them? Did you think there was some sort of recruitment drive? And the thing is, you know, is they want to set this whale free. They want to set Tilikum free because he killed 2 people. Because he killed 2 people, they want to set him free. I mean, that's the opposite of crime and punishment, isn't it? I mean, people say because he lives in such horrible conditions. Listen, people live in horrible conditions. We don't let them off for doing stuff. You don't say, oh, Derek here killed 6 people. We can't do anything about it because he lives in Hastings.
Thank you very much, Robert. I'm going to give the point to Angela Barnes there. Everything come back. Thank you very much. Well done. The next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Angela, which category would you like?
I'd like home news, please, Dara.
Home news. Ah, blessed break from sport. The answer is 56 years. What is the question?
Is it how long does it currently take to get a UK passport?
Is it what the minimum prison sentence should be for anybody that takes their shirt off in the summer? I find it unacceptable. I remember, like, when it used to be hot days, my dad would open up the curtains first thing in the morning and say, the white people are going to get naked today.
Is it how much did David Moyes age in his 6 months at Old Trafford?
How long would most blokes happily sleep in the same sheets for?
What does a 2-minute match summary by Phil Neville feel like?
Is it how long has Prince Charles been thinking, oh, any day now?
Is it how long could I hold a poo in if I shared a flat with Oscar Pistorius?
I'll tell you what, that is the Flatshare sitcom I want to see.
How long would it take to collect sufficient owls for Labour to honour their manifesto commitments?
Is it how long since England were last eliminated in the first round of the World Cup?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Josh Widdicombe. Very good. Yes, the answer I was looking for was how long is it since England last failed to progress beyond the group stage of a World Cup? Were you surprised? Were you gutted?
No. No, I mean, we didn't lose all our games, did we? I mean, I thought we managed a very creditable 0-0 draw. with the 2,500 to 1 outsiders. So, you know, people said we had low expectations, didn't we? And then we all got disappointed when we were knocked out after 2 games. So, obviously, our expectations weren't quite low enough, were they?
What was it? It's the players as well. They didn't... Wayne Rooney said that if we'd won, we'd have gone through, and that's the main lesson to learn. and you're going, if that's the main lesson to learn, we really need to go back to basics.
Well, they were Liverpool, though, and Liverpool had 5 England players in the match-day team, didn't they? There was Sterling, Sturridge, Johnson, Henderson and Gerrard, and, of course, Uruguay had 2 Liverpool players in the squad, Suarez and Gerrard again. So...
Very busy man that day, wasn't he? Yeah.
It's interesting because I'm finding out now that England are out, I'm finding out about the backgrounds of all my friends. Because suddenly my friend the other day was suddenly, you know, well, actually, I'm half German, so I'll support Germany now. So you kept quiet about that on D-Day, didn't you?
Didn't you, Gunter? Yes, well, I thought it was an unfortunate thing to bring up on the boat.
I've actually just started pretending I'm Costa Rican. I will switch to whatever I need to, you know. I'm in the cricket, I'm very Sri Lankan at the moment. During the Ashes, I pretended I was Aborigine. Like, I don't care. I will go wherever the results take me.
If I were Roy Hodgson now, I'd be a pundit, because, like, he could be a pundit anywhere in the world. Apparently, he can speak 5 languages. Yeah. Roy Hodgson, which is literally 5 more than Phil Neville. So...
Roy Hodgson always looks like a man who'd be far happier inside eating soup.
What did a lot of England fans find enormously irritating immediately after the matches?
Reality. It was England footballers doing adverts.
Yes.
Things like the Carlsberg fan squad advert.
Yes, there was a series of ads that people found there were complaints about, you know, Joe Hart and his dandruff, which, luckily, he's still beaten. Good man, Joe, well done. I said, why does that company, I'm going to give them the free ad, that company who does an anti-dandruff shampoo, which you all know, you say the word anti-dandruff shampoo, and Bing, why do they even spend money? Who goes, maybe I'll have a competing anti-dandruff shampoo for my shampoo? Well, there's one company who makes it.
Some of us, Dara, are still worrying about dandruff.
It's an unusual put-down, isn't it? Because on the one hand, zing, I'm bald. But yet, on the other, you don't come out of it like a prince, has to be said.
I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think it through.
Take that, bald man. Oh, you social loser. Yes, it has to be said that some of the England squad were probably not as well known as others. There was a young squad, a new squad. I mean, for example, there was this range of commemorative mugs that was brought out, and they were there on sale. And we're not making this up. And all the members of the squad, particularly Chris Smalling, the Manchester United defender.
I cannot believe they put Theo Walcott's picture on there.
It's mortifying, isn't it, actually? Yeah. That's Smalling, and for reference, a picture of...
I hope there's not a mix-up and Chris Smalling's now going to have to be the President of the United States of America.
Well, what happens is, if he's going to get a phone call from David Cameron going, I finally got some service. I finally got coverage. What do we do about the Shia situation? I don't know. Anyway, in other news, what might we be sending out via smartphones next year?
Oh, this is a good one. This is smells. You can sell smells over your iPhone.
Yes.
It's brilliant, isn't it? If you fart in a meeting, you know, just blame your phone. You know, somebody sent me a farticon. I'll just turn that off, you know.
You're going to say it's going to be great when Obama finally picks up the phone and goes, Dave, I can smell pasta. You in Trago Mills?
We don't need it, do we? Like, it's this constant thing of, like, making things that nobody is... being on the phone to someone, I go, do you know what would make this so much easier to understand what you're on about? If I could smell you.
There is a good use for it. For instance, if you're seriously into collecting your cheeses, you don't actually keep them in your own house. You keep them at someone who owns a cheesery, and you say, you know, you ring up and you say, how's my camembert doing? And he goes, well, I can let you know. And he goes and he records it and he texts you, you know, where, you know, you think, well, that needs another 10 years, that sort of thing.
Do you genuinely phone up? Do you genuinely check on your...
No, mate, I'm improvising.
I don't know how the other half live.
Has back in round the with Josh, Angela and Andy. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear in a school assembly.
It's your own time you're wasting, so please think twice about choosing media studies as an option.
We are not involved in extremism, and any suggestion we are is deeply offensive to us all here at the Jihadi Death to the West Academy.
Congratulations to the Year 7 football team who beat England.
There are 2 new girls in the school today, thanks to Louise in Year 9, who's just had twins.
New school rule, from next term there will be running in the corridors because we've had to sell off the gym.
Just this morning, we confiscated a bag of cannabis and now we're asking all students to come forward if they've got Pringles.
Good news for last year's leavers. We have 4 at Durham, 4 at Edinburgh, 4 at Bristol, and you can't find a better selection of prisons than those.
And now for show and tell. And here is Miles with his cheese collection.
Congratulations to the first 11 who yesterday beat St Christopher's 37-0. St Christopher's is an intensive care unit, but nonetheless, well done.
Well, I'm really sad to be leaving you as your maths teacher. I've got no idea why I've been made redundant because I've always felt that I've given 110%.
Just a note for 5D. When I said that Thomas should be in a blazer, I didn't mean set him on fire.
So, Ofsted inspection this morning, so burqas off.
Now, I know today is no school uniform day, Barry, but we were hoping that you would wear something else.
And now the register is the reason that Mr Smith cannot be here at the school today.
So if ever you feel the need to do drugs, have a word with the supply teacher.
OK, the next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Come to Treagle Mills. We got peacocks and everything.
We've got surprises in store. The escalator's broken and the staff know fuck all.
Dignitas. It's not au revoir.
Have you had an accident that wasn't your fault and has ruined your life? Next time, use Durex.
Try uniform dating, because with the way government cuts are going, pretty soon it could be the quickest way to get a policeman to your house in an emergency.
If you can find it cheaper anywhere else, tell us and we'll burn their shop down.
The DFS sale has ended.
Have you been injured whilst doing voluntary work? Well, it's your lookout, isn't it?
The Dyson hand dryer. The perfect way to drown out the sound of somebody having a shit.
Papa? Papa? No, I'm sorry, Nicole, we've lost him.
Buy little wine, because poor people shouldn't have to drink cider.
Steven Gerrard drinks Lucozade. This has been a Red Bull commercial.
News International. When you talk, we listen.
To qualify for second meerkat toy, Alexander has invaded Ukraine.
Milk. Try and forget it came out of a cow's tits.
Have you booked Joe Hart to advertise your product? Have you paid for advertising space until the end of the World Cup? Then you may be entitled to compensation.
At the end of the points go to Josh, Angela and Andy. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Andy Parsons, Angela Barnes and Josh Widdicombe. Commiserations to Ramesh Ranganathan, Hugh Dennis and Miles Schuck. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Green. Good night.
Another of his dangerous experiments with some alcohol and a pump. All the best bits from QI tomorrow at 9:30 here on BBC Two. But next, it's Newsnight.